we're still reliant on national militaries to move in when if something happens in Liberia, for instance.
Yeah.
Instead of, there's not like a global white helmet sort of neutral force that won't be seen, like, Marines coming in. Why is that? How is it that no one has done that yet?
Yeah, so, I used to say during the Ebola response, people were afraid that people in black helicopters would show up and take over places, and the thing people needed to be afraid of was that there were no people in black helicopters to come and help us out. And the fact of the matter is, as a planet, we really aren't prepared for a major epidemic event, a pandemic of the scale of like the Spanish flu of 1918. We're not prepared for that at all. And we're very reliant on each country to take care of diseases that break out inside their own borders. And the World Health Organization fundamentally is an information sharing organization, not a response organization. There is no World Health Organization plane or helicopter or boat of people waiting to parachute in to stop some epidemic. They basically get reports and share them and implement the World Health regulations, international health regulations. And so we saw during the Ebola outbreak that one problem that was really dangerous in West Africa was, as the epidemic got worse and worse, the heroic, the amazing NGOs, particularly Partners in Health and MSF, that were in there treating people, were afraid about security. Was it be safe for their people to go and to work in the region? Could they get out? All these things. And so, and they said, well, where's the security? Where are the people to help get us in and out of the region? Where are the people to help us with logistics? President Obama made an unprecedented decision. For the first time in American history, he agreed to deploy U.S. troops to help support an epidemic response. We've never sent our troops overseas to do something like that. It was the first time ever. And we were very fortunate in the sense that all three of the West African countries have great relations with the West. We sent U.S. troops into Liberia, which we have a long-standing relationship with. The British sent troops into Sierra Leone, the French into Guinea. And that was a critical element of building the infrastructure and the backbone for the response. But there are large parts of the world where American troops would not be welcome as responders, would not be greeted as heroes, or French troops or British troops. And so one idea that came out of the Ebola epidemic was an idea from the EU to create a kind of a white helmet battalion, an international group of responders who could provide a lot of the basic support stuff that we use troops to do in West Africa on an internationalized basis, without some country's flag on their shoulders, kind of like a UN kind of force. And that's something we need, because we're going to have one of these outbreaks. It's going to be in a place where the 101st Airborne is not going to be welcome, and there's really not going to be the core infrastructure, security structure, all the things you need to let the healthcare workers do the job of dealing with communities and sick people.